Well, Manna with Johanna is on. Hi there, fellow health seekers, with Professor Johanna Sophia from Manna with Johanna of Johanna's Raw Foods. And I was going to have a very peaceful little event sitting on my porch talking about why smoothies are good for you. And I have 3 reasons. And look what I did with my smoothie just now. Here's the smoothie, and it's empty. And here's the smoothie on the porch. Is that wild or what? Oh God, I can't believe I did that. So going I'm going to fill it up just a little bit more because I do have more. And I'm going to talk about smoothies while the smoothie is on the porch lingering until I wash it off. Oh my God, it just doesn't end. I can't believe I did that. And of course, I had the laptop on my little table on the porch and pushed it just a tad, just pushed it just a tad, and this is the result. So, I made this elaborate, thick, wonderful orange-colored smoothie, which is going to color everything on my porch for our smoothie challenge this morning. And I wanted to talk about the incredible value that smoothies can bring to your diet, to your lifestyle, to your energy supply, and everything. So I have 3 points to make, and that is smoothies allow you to put a variety of foods, root, stem, leaf, flower, fruit, all in the same mixture and have all of them raw and fresh. So it allows you a wide variety of combinations, and therefore supply you with all those different ingredients and nutrients that each part of the plant can supply. I forgot the seeds. The seeds, of course, are also an important part, and that includes the nuts and the sunflower seeds. And today we have in here millet and oats, both seeds, and a little walnuts actually as well. So we have the entire plant world available to us, and in a smoothie, all of them are easily accessible. We don't have to think about elaborate preparation. And even I love fancy dinners, don't get me wrong. I just love and adore fancy dinners with lots of different dishes, and that's why I made gourmet raw food dinners for a restaurant for a few years. So that's point one. It allows you to consume a large variety of vegetables in a delicious drink that can be thick and rich or thin and aqueous, watery, but it supplies you with that broad variety of nutrients. And there are so many variations that are possible. I mean, unfortunately, in our smoothie challenge, we don't get enough of the variety. Those of you who are in the smoothie challenge, please supply your recipes, your ingredients for your smoothies. So the plant variety, and within that plant variety, the important part is it allows for an easy way to consume green leafy plants raw. My friend Victoria Butenko, of course, was the first one, at least that I came across, to create green smoothies, meaning to include kale or spinach or collard greens or celery or all those leafy greens that we have previously perceived to be edible only with salt and cooked. So as a savory dish, are now included in a non-savory, actually neither salted nor sugared dish that we consume direct. So it's one of the most direct ways to consume leafy greens and have all the benefits, of course, of leafy greens. Very rich vitamin A, some vitamin E in there, lots of calcium and proteins. Remember, all proteins are made by plants. Um, Look up Dr. Milton Mills for the details. He describes how the molecule is actually formed, how the protein molecule is formed by plants. So you will be able to get the science on that if you look that up. Hi, whoever is sending likes, Freya. Yay! I love to see you. Cool. What smoothies are you making? Describe, please. Give us just a couple of words of something that you haven't seen on my smoothie list. You know, I love getting those ideas that you come up with that are different. Of course, smoothies don't have to be on the sweet side. Smoothies can also be on the savory side. So you can have, we call them gazpachos or raw soups. You can have a savory smoothie. I think tomorrow morning, Wednesday, even though it's not in my recipe list, I will make a savory smoothie because I crave savory stuff, salty stuff all the time, especially when I work out a lot. And that's why I made yesterday evening, and I didn't even eat it, but just a little bit. I made a salad, and the dressing in this case does not have oil. The dressing is made of walnuts, fresh garlic, lemon juice, paprika, a little cayenne, black pepper. What else do I have in there? A little mustard and a little raw honey. Yes, I do raw honey. And I feel we can actually help bees survive in the organic beekeeping world, survive this onslaught of pesticides. So this is what I love, and it's just romaine and that dressing, and it's just crunchy and wonderfully refreshing. And of course, and there's salt in the dressing. Sorry, I forgot. My Celtic sea salt is in there quite a bit. And I love, and I feel I need salt. Good salt supplies me with all that salt that I lose as I sweat or cry or laugh too hard or other activities in which we lose fluids. Okay, so number one, the plant variety that you can get into a smoothie is just exceptional. And so therefore, and it's very direct. So point number two is the fiber that is in smoothies that we don't have in juices. And while, of course, it is true that every time we chop something up, every time we even pluck a leaf from the plant, it loses rapidly its vitality, right? And while my carrot still keeps growing while lying around in the fridge and probably has been lying around for weeks, it's amazing that it still has that vitality. It will not be as much as it had when I plucked it out of the ground, which I didn't because I don't grow carrots, but you understand what I'm talking about. So, and the fiber and vitality in smoothies is not as much when we juice because we throw out the pulp and the fiber, and of course a lot of nutrients are also in the pulp of each plant that we consume, including, well, no, I don't want to go into that. Beginning to talk about B12. As I was making this smoothie, which includes carrots and beets, and millet, I was talking about the B vitamins that are in grains and seeds, and of course B12 being a microbe, being in the ground, being in the earth, is included on the outside, on the skin, and in those parts that want to regrow of all root vegetables. Also of leafy vegetables, but not as much as root vegetables. So When I put my beet into this mixture, or my carrot for that matter, I do not peel it. I don't even wash it, especially not with chlorinated water, because I want that life, that bacterial life that is on the outside of a root vegetated with pesticides or herbicides or growth inhibitors, which is another big one, that is a hormone-based or artificial hormone-based chemical that stops exactly that which we want in our food, namely life. It stops the plant's ability to continue to grow. And of course, all our Roundup type pesticides are based on those hormonal structures that prohibit recreation, prohibit the ability to reproduce. That's why seeds, the Monsanto seeds and the genetically modified corn, etc., does not have the ability to sprout. And you then have to buy non-treated, non-GMO seeds if you are a farmer, again, to be able to grow your next crop. So we have, as in point 2, the fiber and the life in our plants that we put into the smoothie that we don't have as easily accessible, also because we break the fiber down with the machine. We could also do it by hand, squishing the it would just take a couple of hours instead of a couple of minutes, um, by stomping and squishing the plants into that pulpy consistency that we have in the smoothie. Mm. So good, and all over my porch. So point 2 is the fiber and the life in our plants that we consume much more directly. Of course, the sooner after blending we consume it, the better it is, the more it carries. But there is still so much more life in this smoothie, even after sitting around for hours or even a couple of days, than there would be in the plants if we had heated them above 120 degrees. So just take that, point 3, and I wrote a 4 here. What was going on in my brain? My brain does these double takes. I have point 1, point 2, point 4. Oh, Johanna, that's so you. So point 3 was a practical reason why smoothies are good for us, because they're easily portable. We can just fill a bottle, screw it closed, and have good food for the rest of the day at work, on hikes, in our offices, at school, at university. My son takes a big bottle, like a half-gallon bottle, to college with him, and it's just dense nutrition all day long in a practical, portable way. Whereas other food, you want to think of taking a burrito, it gets cold and it falls apart and it's difficult to keep in good shape, and it changes flavor and so forth when it's lying around. Or other foods that are prepared or cooked. So it's very portable. The salad goes limp, for example. I love salads, but when they get too old and too limp, we all are like, not really. Whereas the smoothie doesn't go limp. When you put it in a bottle and close it tightly, it stays for a day or even 2, not too long, because you just it tends to ferment, so, or go sour, as you might think. So the smoothie is a practical way, unless you throw it all over your porch like I did. I still can't get over that I did that. Never before. That's not true. We've all spilled stuff. At least I didn't spill it on me. Otherwise, I'd be sitting here with purple and orange orange smoothie all over me. So, luckily, I made so much for the whole day that I still have more, and I still can have another one of these wonderful, what did I call it? Oat and millet mango magic or something like that, because it has a whole mango in it, with peel. And again, we wouldn't eat the peel if we ate the mango like that, but in a smoothie, it just adds more value, more nutritional value, a huge amount of more nutritional value, and it doesn't negatively impact the flavor. It just adds a little taste of resin, but it's so tiny that it's attractive. It's like a good Greek wine. I have the memory of drinking wine. I don't drink wine anymore, but if you do, you'll appreciate that flavor actually. So again, and there are plants in here that we just wouldn't eat raw as much and as easily with peel as we do in this practical portable smoothie mix. So those are my 3 points why smoothies are good for you for today. And one more time. Point 1, the plant variety that we can put into our smoothie. Point 2, the fiber and force that's in our smoothies, because it's, even the carrot that still grows in my fridge is in here. It's broken down and we ingest it right away or within the next few hours. And point number 3 or 4 for that matter, why does it have to be 3? It could be 4. It's portable and it's easy to have it all day long. If you just save any kind of plastic bottle or glass bottle, if you want to carry the heavier version and with a tight screw top, and you take it with you wherever you go. It's easy. All right. And on that, I'm going to have a bite of my savory salad and we'll leave you there. This is so good. Mm-hmm. And of course, when you make savory smoothies, you can also put spices in them. Oh, this also has ginger in it and cinnamon, both of which are healing plants that have great value for helping you balance bacterial life in your body. Cinnamon does that very well, and ginger is an awesome healer of many things, inflammatory especially, and keeping all that in balance. Okay, I'm going to leave you here and continue eating my salad. I have to come up with what makes me special, what makes me different from other life coaches. If you can articulate that for me and put it in the comments, what it is for you that makes me different, apart from spilling my smoothie all over the porch, which maybe an asset that I'm clumsy, but I'm doing it anyway. All right. This has been Manna with Johanna. 31 days of tips and recipes, and we're nearing the end. At the end of the week, this spin of Manna with Johanna ends, and I'm going to put it into a once a week morning session, Manna with Johanna, that is. And same with Fitness Over 50, assuming that you guys will also go on YouTube to my Johanna's Raw Foods YouTube channel, subscribe, and look at the videos there that have a bunch of different raw food recipes and lots of Fitness Over 50 sessions as well. So you can benefit from those free of charge anytime you want. If you feel you need more direct, more personal attention, please don't be worried, but just talk to me. Just talk. We can set up a session whereby I can assess whether you are a good match for a particular program that I do in terms of teaching you more raw food or how to overcome all sorts of conditions, that we call degenerative diseases. May they be migraines, may they be arthritis, may they be heart, may they be diabetes, and all these conditions that we think are inevitable are totally curable. You can heal yourself. I can teach you how to heal yourself. That's really the approach. So with that, smoothies are good for you, yes, and I will see you tomorrow on Manna with Johanna. Mwah. Ciao. Be well. You have just been fed manna. Ciao.